my gosh, we looked at the weather. There was 0 chance of rain, 0. Mine is saying ESC, it's flashing ESC. Crap.
So I'm trying to see where the exit is. I can't see because mud's all over my windshield.
That's how you get woken up in the morning and have to get off the Alvord immediately. Not a good way to start the day.
Take a train ride just to see you. Ride for hours just to please you. You don't know how much I need you. 'Cause you're my home away from home, away from home, away from being alone. Run away from home, why don't you? 'Cause I did the same just for
Welcome back to my channel. It is a new day and I'm on a hike and already can't breathe. Jason's trying to kill me on this hike, I think. It is all uphill for the last little bit. If you caught my video earlier this week, you saw that we stopped at the Alvord hot springs and camped there. And this morning we're doing a hike up towards the Steen Mountains to go check out an old abandoned mining, what is it?
Well, it's an old miner shack.
An old miner shack. And that's only if I don't pass out from not being able to breathe. It's because I was sick all last week. I'm like, my heart is racing right now. And it's very cold air to breathe in. There's a little bit of snow on the ground still in some spots. You eating the snow, Ben? He's been eating the snow. I think he's thirsty. So this is the hill that we came up. Down there, that plain is the dry lake bed that is now known as the Alvord Desert. At the base of that are the hot springs. That's where we camped. And so we have come all this way up. And as you can tell, I'm having a hard time breathing. He told me it was going to be a strenuous hike. So I brought a water bottle in my backpack and a tissue, well, a paper towel, which is not a good alternative for a tissue, but my nose is just running now from all the cold air and from being sick. And I'm like, why am I so out of breath? I feel like I'm so out of shape. But honestly, this last week, that sickness just took it out of me. Something about the hot springs is it actually was a little bit pricey to stay there. It was $25 a person to soak for the day. So $50, or we could pay $70 total and camp there. We opted for the $70 and just to camp there because it lets you have unlimited soaking time, so we could go back, which we did last night, which was really nice. After the stars came out, we went and did that. I do like that with the camping fee, at least you get to soak both days as much as you want. And that $70 was for 2 vehicles. So if you're coming in just 1 vehicle, it's probably less, but they do charge per person to soak. First, we climbed from down that valley floor all the way up here, and now Jason has just informed me that we're going all the way up there because there in that crevice right here where my finger is where the miner's old shack is. So we're going to head down this hill, cross over the creek, and go back up this hill. You just think this is funny, don't you? It is a good time. I do love to hike. This is my normal jam. I think it's just a little soon after being sick for so much elevation so quickly.
Nothing like some fresh air to fill those lungs.
Yeah.
Really get you rejuvenated.
Really get you rejuvenated, You were saying it's just around the next bend?
Yep, just around the next bend.
That's what I tell my friends. It's just over the next hill. One more hill, one more hill.
I feel really confident this time. It is really one more hill.
Okay. No, it's good. It's a good hike. It's nice. Oh, careful. You're gonna fall right through the ice. Is it slick? One more hill. Is that what you said twice now?
It's right here. This is around this last hill here.
Around this last hill. The hill that never ends. Just goes and goes and goes. In between these clips, I've stopped 500 times to catch my breath. You don't have to pray for me anymore. I made it to the cabin, alive and in one piece. Oh, this is neat. It's actually, like, the floor is in great shape, so.
Floor is.
The couch.
Roof not so much.
Man, a beautiful view, though. Look at that view.
Yeah, that would have been something to sit up here and...
Oh, it's this little old stove.
Yeah.
This roof, but this view is pretty cool. Coming out, check out that view. Can you imagine living here in this? This would be a good spot to have a cabin, I agree. That's gorgeous. Walking around the cabin, you can find these really neat old artifacts from back when the miner used to live here. Jason and I do like to tease because we do a lot of hiking, so we see a lot of old things that are considered, you know, artifacts nowadays. But then we also see a lot of trash. And we always joke and say, okay, at what point in history is that old Coors can going to actually be an artifact from back in the day? Because, you know, those cans that are left around here were obviously trash left at one point in time. But how many years before they become an artifact and they're protected? Little food for thought. So when I come to places like this, I always like to imagine the history of the people that lived here.
Yes.
Yeah, I don't know where I was going with
I don't
that.
know where you're going with that either. I wasn't sure what I was
Okay.
supposed to answer there. I'm like,
No,
I
it
also
wasn't
like
a
to imagine the history of these people.
It wasn't a question. All right, let me think of this for a little bit more. Whenever I see places like this, I always like to imagine the people that lived here and like the kind of life that they lived. I mean, it was obviously a really hard life. Do you ever do that yourself?
Oh yeah, I like to visit a lot of these old places like this and just kind of think back, you know, what it was like to have to get even just the timber and the lumber to this location and live here, and you know, and how they survive day to day. Simple things that we take for granted, like going to the grocery store, all of that, I mean, would have been a monumental task living out like this.
Yeah, just the supplies, like hauling that stove and that couch and that furnace. I'm sure it was horses and mules. Do you know how old this cabin is?
I don't. I know I came
curious.
back here in 2017, and I think I did some research and tried to find some stuff on it then, but honestly, it's just been so long I don't remember much about it.
I'll have to look it up to see if I find anything else, but yeah, it's a very cool spot. I'm glad we got to come up here. Well, we are headed to the access point for the Alvord, and there's a lot of water, which means mud. And it's apparently extremely expensive if you get stuck and you have to call AAA or somebody else to pull you out. So I'm going to do my very best. And we know how my van handles in the mud. This looks like it's going to be a muddy mess to get out here. It's the most water Jason told me he's ever seen on the Alvord. Do you guys think I'm going to make it through this? This is looking a little crazy. Oh, I've gotten myself in a situation, but we all know that I usually take chances that maybe I should not take, but I do feel pretty confident I can do this. I feel like you're going to miss 100% of the chances you don't take. Isn't that the quote? You miss 100% of the chances you don't actually try for. Muddy right there. I want to try to stay dry. And I've got to get through this. Let's see if I can do this. Guys, this is so much fun to drive on. I just left Jason at the campsite and I was like, I'll be back in a little bit. I'm gonna go for a drive. But this is so cool. Just flat, endless driving in the middle of nowhere. Like, this is so fun. Like, I love this. You can go like as fast as you want. Like, it's crazy. Like, there's nothing in your way right now. Like, you can just like go as fast as you want right now. Ah, it's so cool. It's like I want to have my music on loud and just drive out here. at those mountains. Oh my gosh. I love it. This is so fun. If you ever get the chance to come out on the Alvord and just like drive around like a crazy person, you should do it. Woo! This is so fun. Bad view from my door. That was really fun. Okay, I guess I have to put it in park for now. Like, I just felt free. It was amazing. Apollo, what did you think about our little drive? Did you have fun or was that scary? See, it didn't even faze you. You're used to the craziness of my driving, huh? It did not even faze you. Nope. Well, it is 4:30 in the morning and I got woken up to a very bad sound. All right, I'm gonna follow you out. Rain on the Alvord Desert. Heavy rain on the Alvord. You never ever want to be out here with rain. You will get stuck so easily and it is coming down. So Jason and I are like, we need to leave right now. And it's already turning like clay a little bit, so we're gonna try to find our way out in the dark.
Try to go. We're gonna try to keep our momentum up as best as we can.
Mine is saying ESC. It's flashing ESC. Crap.
Okay, well, let's just try to go as fast as we can.
I am flooring mine in. This is as fast as it will go. Should I put it in haul mode?
Yeah, put it in the tow haul mode.
Guys, this is really, really bad. We're really far off the edge and my thing is already flashing ESC. Oh my gosh, it's slowing down. Mine is slowing down. I'm in tow haul mode. I'm going as fast as I can. There is no way I'm gonna get off of this. This is so bad. Oh my gosh, we looked at the weather. There was 0 chance of rain, 0. Can you go a little bit faster just because I can't slow down and I don't know where the exit is because if I stop, I don't think I'm going to go again.
So I'm trying to see where the exit is. I can't see because mud's all over my windshield.
I think Jason's trying to figure out where we get out. It's really hard when it's pitch black to see how to get out of here because there's only the one entrance and one exit with all that water and mud around. So you have to do it very carefully. I was already slipping around a lot yesterday. Looks like we're gonna try to go here. Oh, here it is. Okay.
Oh man, just try to keep your momentum. It's gonna get bouncy.
Okay. I just don't want to. I'm gonna give you a little headway because I gotta keep my speed. It's gonna get bouncy. Keep your momentum. Go up through here. Oh my gosh. Woo! I did it. Keep going, Jason. Keep going, Jason. Go, 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 go. I'm gonna get stuck here, Jason. I did it. Ooh, I did it. Well, I have a warning light and I don't know what that's for. It's a triangle with an exclamation point. I don't know what that means.
I don't know what that means either, but I have a disaster in my van, so I'm just gonna, let's just get...
Okay, I don't know what this light means right there, but right here is a triangle with an exclamation point, so I need to see what that means. But yeah, that's how you get woken up in the morning and have to get off the Alvord immediately. It's just not a good way to start the day. All right, well, I'm reading, it's the generic warning light. It says it will illuminate if any of the following conditions occur: engine oil pressure sensor failure, external light failure, fuel cutoff, intervention or fail, parking sensor failure, dynamic steering torque system failure. I just turned off my van. I'm gonna turn it back on. Light is still on. It's saying service, tire pressure. Okay, that's fine. System, blind spot, alert, unavailable, wipe rear, bumper corners, service, tire pressure, system, blind spot, alert, unavailable, wipe rear, bumper corners. Possible ice on road. Well, it's not ice on the road. I wish it was. Okay, well, never seen those other alerts before, so I don't know if it's because of all the mud that was getting flung up everywhere. Well, I didn't end up waking up on the Alvord playa because I am now in front of a public restroom because we're on gravel. It was so much mud and clay getting out of there. I'm honestly surprised that I did. I think a huge part of that was I had a flat tire when I was visiting my parents in Nevada. And so I actually went to Les Schwab and they put on some brand new Open Road Plus tires for me. I think those saved me because the tread on my old BF Goodrich KO2s was really worn down and I needed replaced. I don't think if I had those new tires on that I would have gotten out of that. But there is snow on the mountain where we hiked yesterday. So that cold rain that came through just got everything really wet, clay, miry. I'm thankful I got out and I didn't need towed. So woo woo, go Nuvo. Front wheel drive, I did it. But yeah, look at the mud on these tires. So these are my new tires from Les Schwab. Like I said, they're the Open Road all-terrain pluses. And they definitely got the job done. And I haven't even had them on for a week. I just got these put on. Even Jason's van got a bunch of mud. He actually had mud flinging up on his windshield, making it hard for him to see just because his tires are wider than his van actually is. But thankfully, we got out. I'm just very thankful for that because, look how much mud is on his van, so you can only imagine. I am concerned about the warning light because I've restarted my car twice and it still is on there. I'm gonna have to drive it up on the main road and kind of see how it feels when I drive. Definitely a little bit worried about that. My thought is maybe it has something to do with the steering because as I was going through the mud, I was like losing control of steering, which I think it was from the clay pulling me around. And also just because of how thick the mud is on these tires. Like, look, you can't even see the tread on here right now. Like, it is so thick. But I'm hoping that I can get some of this mud off my tires by driving up on the gravel, and hopefully that warning light is gonna go away. That is my prayer because it is 2 hours to the closest town. And I do know if I need to get my car serviced, I can do that, but we're on a really tight time crunch because we're supposed to be at Jason's Patreon camp today. So it might just be where I stay behind in Burns and take care of my vehicle, which is obviously priority, while he goes on and takes care of his Patreon camp. But we'll just see what today's gonna bring. This is definitely unexpected, and there was not supposed to be any rain in that forecast, otherwise I never would have driven out there in the first place. Neither one of us would. Overland people get stuck out there all the time in bad weather, and so you just never go out with rain. So that was a surprise early this morning. Not a good one, not a good surprise. And I really thought I was gonna be having coffee out there with the sunrise, but instead it was the harsh wake up at 4:30 and then scrambling to throw stuff in the van to get it ready to drive, and then having coffee, still with this view, but from the little pit toilet areas, which is, not ideal, but at least we're off the playa and we both made it out safely. All right, I put it into drive, guys. And the warning light just went off and we're just right here coming up. So I think that there was just an issue with all the mud that was on there, and going through it as hard as we had to get out of there, and obviously my steering not working correctly just because I was sliding around so much. But I do think that that was the issue, was with my steering control. So I'm very thankful. The light is off. We're on the road. Got a 4-hour drive ahead of us, but I think that I will be okay. If you like today's video, click on the like button, comment below, subscribe if you haven't done that already, and click on the bell so you can get notified because my videos drop on Mondays and Thursdays and you don't want to miss any part of the adventure. I really appreciate taking you along on just this crazy up and down experience that is called van life. But until the next adventure, I'll see you then.